Right, we are here at the Dumbalk Country Campdraft, and I am catching up with a very familiar face, Matt Holtz. Firstly, hello.
G'day, Paulie. How you going?
Very good, mate. What a ripper this draft is.
Oh, mate, they do an unbelievable job. They do all the little things, but you know they get cattle sorted. They get good runs of cattle. You know, and they're not always good, but that's camp drafting. But they do have great runs of cattle. They do all the other little things good. You know, they prepare things well. Look after competitors, look after spectators, do a great job.
Kenny Bolton, give me a hard time. I reckon 2 years ago, telling me I should come. Then last year he sort of said, you've got to come down and have a look. I'm only here for half a day and that, but I'm glad I have, because it's a ripper, and it's quite funny. You sort of think they won't be like the Queensland ones and the New South Wales ones, and look, half of it's not because it's in Victoria, but it's exactly the same competitors, a lot of same faces. Yeah,
absolutely. Yep, and it's good to see. There's quite often a bit of a people, you know, maybe 3 or 4, half a dozen trucks that come down from Queensland or somewhere that do a bit of a trip, and they do a few drafts, you know, 2 or 3 drafts while they're down here in Gippsland. And that's great to see, because they come down, they've heard about this draft, and they come down and do a couple of others as well. So it's great. And it's still camp drafting, but, you know, this venue at Dumbalk here, they run 4 camp drafts a year. So where else in Australia do they run 4 camp drafts and run, you know, probably average a bit over 1,000 head of cattle each of those camp drafts. Yeah, so it's pretty incredible, this country, what they can run and what they do here in different committees. And yep.
So this was going to be my question. 4 different committees run the 4, but all from this one venue.
That's right. Yeah, all here at the one venue, and so, you know, back years ago when they started it, and they've gradually built on, and you know they've got a great facility with what they've done with the arena and the mound here with spectators and shed and everything. Yeah, no, they've I think all the committees have, you know, pitched in and done very well, and it's such a great place to come to run, you know, to compete. But I'm sure for competitors it's a great place to come as well to spectate.
I was 7 years roughly. Bronnie Upjohn thinks it was about 2017. She said to us before, she said it was longer than 7 years ago, but then she's worked it out in going from there. You would have seen it change a lot. Does it blow your mind every year when you come back?
Yeah, I guess it was early on when most of that change was. So, you know, they built on quite a bit. They added the hill, the mound, and then added the shed in a basic form, and then they've added to that, and, you know, and then they put concrete, all that sort of thing, you know, so they've added on, and it's a great venue now for all of us. Yep.
Yeah.
Like I say, spectators and competitors. So.
And the cattle seem sensational?
Yeah, unbelievable. They do a hell of a job to source cattle. Like I say, four events here a year, and yet they still source cattle that are magnificent and may not all be good, but that's camp drafting. But they're great lines of cattle, and you can't ask for much more than having great lines of cattle.
Before I ask you how you've gone for the weekend, what makes camp drafting tick? And I ask a lot of people, like I'll give you a sec to think about it, but from an outsider, when you come here, like I bought my daughter, so many people know about her and everything else along those lines, but when you're entrenched in the industry, like what actually is it that makes camp drafting, I don't know, such an appealing sport? Everyone keeps saying to me, shush, don't tell anyone about it, but it is such a great sport, isn't it?
Yeah, camp drafting, probably one of the biggest things, it's a great leveller, so you can be at top of the heap, you know, not even one day, but the same day, and then bottom of the heap that, you know, that same day or the next event. So it's a great leveller. I think that's what it is. It's the opportunity to do well, you know, when the cattle present and your horse is there with you and you can do well, and then if it's not there, well, you don't do so well, but, you know, you go back and you see your mates, you have a couple of beers, and yeah, so it's great camaraderie. And I think great leveller, you know. Yep.
When people come, like, it's a major commitment, and you can come out the back and there's some sensational rigs, but there's some people sleeping in swags too with a 2-horse, you know, front load float, and I'm not picking on those people. Everyone, when they get to the camp, all treated as equals. There's no,
yep,
you know, I'm driving a Kenworth, so I'm better than you. That's one of the great things I think about the sport.
Yeah, absolutely. All of that, we're all equal when we step in there and have our crack. Male, female, kids, it doesn't matter what it is. So we're all in there, we're all on, you know, that level playing field, and yeah, we have a go, and if the cattle are there, we do our best, and see what comes up.
It's actually a great time of the year too, New Year's Eve. And it's funny because you think, oh, it's a big commitment for people to be away for that time. But you're actually not away because it's a massive family here.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Gippsland community is great. And yeah, like the Gippsland Campdraft Association, you know, they're a very good community group of people, and you know they run 12 or 14 drafts a year and within Gippsland, and that's the unique part about, I suppose, Gippsland campdrafting is that it's within an area, and yeah, and look, all great drafts, and yeah, very I guess family orientated as in Gippsland, but you know, people come into it as well, so they feel a part of it, you know.
What about yourself? Have you ever won the Longhorns?
I have. I've been fortunate enough to win two.
Two?
Yeah, two. So I ran off the very first year they ran. I ran off that with Dean Rogers, and he beat me. And then I think it was the next two I won. One on Nonda Last Frontier, and then one on Caraway Grace.
So, and no joy since, though?
No, I've finaled, but yeah, just haven't been able to close the door. But.
Yeah, great trophy. Did they have the Longhorns? I saw Kenny might have put a picture up. I think someone put a picture up the last couple of days about them. Have you got the actual Longhorns in your house?
Oh, I have one set, and Rosinski's have the other set, and they have it beautifully mounted in their lounge room. And I have the set that Taraway Grace won. Fiona DePetta owns that mare, and she was happy to give me that set of Longhorns, and I have them mounted in our shed, our training facility, our shed, our arena and stable complex.
So one thing I think maybe with the Campdrafts people do take for granted, unbelievable trophies like Chinchilla, Grandfather Clock, and people say, I say the trophy's unbelievable, and they go, what is it? I said it's a Grandfather Clock, and it is a full-blown Grandfather Clock. Like the trophies are outstanding, aren't they?
Absolutely, yeah. A lot of money and a lot of, I guess, prestige, but then a lot of recognition through what they, you know, they're what they are. So Longhorns here, and and they're beautiful set of Longhorns that they, you know, they get together and make a trophy. And
if you have one of those little cars, like I said, with the two, you might have trouble getting the trophy home.
Absolutely.
might not fit in. Yeah. You've won the Dash for Cash. Something a bit different. First year they've done it. Ian was saying to me just there before. Again, amazing prize money on offer, and that was a Calcutta, basically self-funded, if you like, prize money, but just ridiculous, that side of things as well, isn't it, that is involved with the camp drafting?
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess that's part of what this venue provides, is that spectator aspect of it, you know. And so with the Calcutta, people are there, and you know, they get behind it and they buy their horse they want to, and then next thing you know, there's $29,500 to win in the Calcutta, that Dash for Cash. So yeah, awesome.
Do you feel the nerves when you're going in there, when you know that sort of money's on offer?
No, well, look, you know, sometimes I do get nervous, but not that time. Yeah, she's a pretty awesome mare. She's unbelievable to ride, and you just feel confidence when you're on those sorts of horses, and riding in, you know, you just whatever it is, and I guess depends on the cattle and your familiarity with the venue, and you know how it runs, and where you need to be on the course and that sort of thing. So not necessarily with that one, but yeah, I guess in some ways everyone gets nervous at different times, but no, not with that. I was not that I was confident to win at all, but absolutely confident in my mare if I had the right cow that I could, you know, try and do a job. Not
an arrogant way, you just knew whatever score you got was going to be the best that horse would give you.
Yeah, absolutely. If we'd done our job, and if we had a good cow, picked a good cow and done our job, then and if we obviously we scored enough, or we had to run it off, but scoring what we did, and then so if that's enough, then that's enough. If it's not enough and we've done our job and we've done what we can, then you know, you've got to be happy with that. So the horse has done well, you've made the right decisions, you've picked the best cow, all of those things, if they all take place, then you've got to walk away happy, whether you run first, second or third, fourth, fifth, 10th, whatever it is. Yep.
And that's what I think the great thing about it, about this sport, where people don't realise, you know, a lot of the harness people, you know, a lot of them, Campdrafts, Campdraft, and but all the rest, they need to come to it. They actually need to come and see it. And don't come for 5 minutes. Come and actually be a part of it. Actually invest in it for a second. And a lot of people would want to invest in it a lot more once they do.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's and that's certainly happening more and more. You know, a lot more outside money coming into the sport. People are investing into horses and sending them with trainers, and you know, trying to get a return on their money with not just prize money but with progeny afterwards. And so you know, and that's great for the sport, where I guess people like myself can step on better horses and get opportunity to ride good ones. Yeah.
And I suppose in a way live out a dream. You know, you're working horses and getting to compete, you're getting paid to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a nice way to work, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You don't get tired of you don't get sick of riding the good ones.
We don't go to work. It's a funny thing. When you don't think you're going to work, it's a great feeling. Right, Longhorns, you got any chance?
Oh, well, I got 2 in the second round, so, you know, you never know. One, I got a 90 and an 87, so who knows? You don't know what the cattle are. 87, you know, it may not be quite, because 3-round event, you may want a little bit more to start with, but you just don't know. So if you're in there and having a crack, and depends on the cattle in the next 2 rounds, so same deal. You know, you go back in there, you pick the best cow you think, and do the best job you can. If all that falls into place, do the job you know, your best job, and your horse is with you, and put the numbers together. Well, who knows?
Right, one word answer. Can you win?
Yes.
Marty, thank you very much, mate. Good to see you back in Victoria. Much better places than all those Queensland towns and everything else like that. Kate Jones going to be upset because this is going to be pretty much all Victorians today too, so she thinks I look after us too much. But mate, thank you very much for joining me. Well done for the win the other day, and thanks for giving me a little bit of an insight, I suppose, into what makes this camp draft what it is. So thank you very much, buddy.
Good as gold. Thanks, sweet cheese.